With Xbox making the giant acquisition of Activision Blizzard, what is going to be the future of Game Pass? Today on the show, Court and I are going to break this down, give you our thoughts, insights. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Xbox A. Matt, Court.
Court, how you doing?
Court.
Happy Game Pass Day?
Happy Game Pass Day and Acquisition Day.
It's as they say on the internet, acquisition season, but Xbox went out and just grabbed a whole bunch of bangers.
Kind of.
But what does that mean for Xbox, right? Phil Spencer yesterday did an interview, and he had his thoughts about PlayStation's foray into a Game Pass-like subscription service, codenamed Spartacus, set to replace PlayStation Plus. The rumors are that they're going to have a PlayStation announcement in February, and it's going to be this Spartacus. With everything that's even happened today, I think they might have to reassess on how they're going to roll this out. But Phil Spencer said, when I hear others doing things like Game Pass or coming to PC, it makes sense to me because I think that's the right answer. Phil is all for this happening and all for PlayStation dipping into the foray. But now Xbox did a little thing today that has changed the way Game Pass is going to look. We already have EA Play in Game Pass. We are about to have Ubisoft Plus, not in Game Pass, but a subscription service that you can have on your Xbox. So if you look at your Xbox, it's a subscription service on consoles where you have your Game Pass, and then you can have Ubisoft Plus. Both things are not available on PlayStation. They're going to have their Spartacus. It looks like they're going to have their PS3 games and such, but we don't know whether they're going to have day and date. Xbox today just got Overwatch, Diablo, Call of Duty, Warcraft, Candy Crush, and StarCraft to add to Game Pass and their libraries. Not even just that. Crash Bandicoot. We were talking about we needed a kids game. We needed something in platformers.
Yeah, we got Crash.
We also got Tony Hawk. Guitar Hero.
Yeah. There's so much. And the tech behind it, right? The studios, the devs, the tech behind it, not just for the classic games or the current games that we know them for, but what the future of those franchises, of what those developers could be making under Xbox's umbrella with their marketing, with their push behind it. It's a lot.
The next Diablo will be on Game Pass. A lot of people are saying, is Call of Duty be the one outliner and it'll still be on all consoles? I don't think you spend $67 billion, or as Sean Capri would like to say, round up to 69, and then not have those games only on console or PC. You know, I just don't see how and why you would do that. I get what people are saying, but after what we saw with Bethesda, it seems to be the same conversation over and over again. Hey, they're not going to make Starfield only on it. They're going to have that. And no, these games are going to be day and date on Game Pass, PC, mobile.
But that's the thing.
Future.
That's the thing, Court, is like it's putting it everywhere. Like when players are saying that for Starfield, like, oh, it's not going to come here and this sucks. I agree. Like the Monopoly game of it, of just grabbing everything and putting it under your umbrella, it can suck if you're a PlayStation only player. We both have our PlayStations. We have our Xbox. So it kind of is what it is. It's just kind of the inevitability of these things, and Microsoft's gob-stopping amounts of money they have. It's just kind of a matter of time. But it's still available. Like Xbox wants to have the conversation. Players have the conversation that you play a game, play it with Game Pass, not on Xbox. It doesn't have to be on Xbox. Play it on a PC. You've got a Series S. You've got an X. You've got a built-in app on your smart TV. You can play these games.
You just hit the nail on the head there. The future of Game Pass is TV.
Yeah.
TV. It's going to be...
Oh, it's Don Matrix's dream is coming true, Court.
Don Matrix's dream is coming true. It's going to happen where Game Pass, you buy a Samsung TV, Game Pass will be there. You buy a LG TV, the Game Pass app will already be there. Yeah. So they won't have to put it on PlayStation because Sony TVs will eventually have the Game Pass app on their television. So it's just, you already have your Sony controller, you already got the Game Pass app, you just go in and you play the game. We already have cloud-based. It's not as good. The NVIDIA, from the numbers, looks like a better cloud-based service. But this is what the future of Game Pass holds. We already have Ubisoft Plus was announced. So it's not in Game Pass right now, but we know what the trajectory is, that it eventually will be here's the ultimate, here's this, all these different subscription services. They do these all the time. We already have EA in there. The future of Game Pass is bright, and it's get to the point where we just talked about what's coming out this week. You have Death's Door, Rainbow Six Extraction, and the Hitman Trilogy. It's like, what do you play first?
And when you look at I'll post this up like right now on the show, but the Xbox first party studios, like you grab this and threw it up. It's like you're saying, it's what do you play first? If this is a year from now or 2 years from now, when I look at Minecraft, Halo, the Bethesda games, Doom, I've got all of Activision. You want some World of Warcraft? You want a Call of Duty? Like, there's so much. And now when
they have the first-person shooter market. You have Halo and Call of Duty that's on Game Pass.
Like,
and I'm not assuming here.
What are you going to do with Battlefield? Like, that game already struggled when it came out this year. Could you imagine now it's just turning around in 2 years' time when it's more Halo Infinite content and another Call of Duty game that's coming out?
And don't you think this will force other developers to want to just have their game day and date on Game Pass because that's where everybody is?
Yeah, because the discoverability is there. It's only there.
It's not about selling consoles anymore. It's about services. It's about selling your service and getting subscribers. And Xbox is leading the way on this. Spartacus almost might be too little too late. Yes, you want to go back, but it could be almost like Nintendo where, you buy the PlayStation for that nostalgia feeling. You're like, hey, I can go play these other games, but like Nintendo has that market. So is Sony going to start competing with Nintendo? I don't think so. Sony has some of the best first-party AAA single-player experiences.
Last of Us, Uncharted, Spider-Man, those are my Sony. I know God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, but like Uncharted, Last of Us, Spider-Man. For me, that's usually what I would say is Sony to me as a player. And I adore those games and can't wait for the next ones to come out. But a subscription service on the Sony side today, if it comes out next month or whatever, I'm not excited for it, assuming that it's going to be, hey, day and date on your titles. Well, for me, there's only one game a year right now, the way Sony has lined up their games, which is fine. They're big, blockbuster, AAA, mega experiences. There's only one a year coming out. Yep. I don't really feel, personally, I need to run out and subscribe to the service to play old games that I probably already have in my library that I bought from Sony. And
yes, but you can't knock the whole backwards. I'm loving the backwards compat on Xbox right now.
No.
I think that's a
a
huge get. As long as you can download the games and it's not through the cloud. If it's through the cloud, do you care?
No, I don't care. I want to play my game and make sure it's smooth. I'm just saying that like Sony's only got the big AAA experiences, and as a player, I typically don't go back very often. I want to go forward with those games because I love the big blockbuster games they have, but I play them and I have my single player experience and I'm out. It's not enough for me to go in there and drop more money on a monthly basis for whatever Spartacus will be to say, give me Spider-Man. I'll just go buy Spider-Man once a year. I'm good with that.
Like I said to you, I could sell my PS5 right now and 3 years from now, go out and buy a PS5 Slim or whatever the heck they're calling it at the time, the Elite, whatever they want to call it. And I can go out there and get their streaming service because that games will be there by then.
And they'll offer you the streaming service bundled in too.
Exactly, for the first 3 months. Play the games that I wanted and then sell the console again. And people were like, oh, it's a monopoly and getting so angry. And I'm like, well, Disney has Star Wars and Marvel. This isn't, even this acquisition, having Call of Duty and it's still not a Star Wars and Marvel level, we got these only. I said to you, if they could get Take-Two and they'd have the Grand Theft Auto series too, then you know what? You have an argument to be upset as a gamer who is a Sony gamer and only on that platform, because the PC gamers, they're just laughing here the whole time. They're like, we get Sony titles.
PC's over in the corner. They're just like, you guys are fun. Yeah, we just still get it all.
Yeah, you're just crazy. We get everything. It doesn't matter. So yes, it would be a disadvantage to Sony players, and that sucks because you're not going to get some great titles. But, people would complain about Call of Duty for years. So what's the big deal here?
And when you look at Sony, I think it's a race for content. We see that just across entertainment now with Marvel and DC and across everything, right? For streaming platforms. It's just gobbing up content as much as you can. Sony and Xbox Like Sony saying that they're going to release another million PS4s in the wild again, which people are like, oh my God, they can't keep up. There's a lot of issues with distribution, chip shortage, etc. But it could be wrong, but it's also a sign that Sony's like, yeah, we're going for the content market as well. Here's our streaming platform service and our app, and you could play it on your PS4, your Pro, or your 5.
And watch the latest Spider-Man movie.
So again, Sony is also in the market of, we are here to get content. They just don't, you've said this, you're like, Sony doesn't have the gobs of money that Xbox or Microsoft does. So they can't make the same moves. They could probably turn around and say, let's partner or acquire Square Enix. 1 to 2 studios that are out there that would make sense, that would fit in their portfolio, but they're not doing the same thing. I feel Sony could eventually look very much like Nintendo. And that's okay, because they will corner that market for blockbuster AAA beautiful experiences, as Nintendo does with the likes of Zelda and Mario, and rebuying Mario 10 flipping times.
Yep.
And that's
But I think
fine.
you've hit the nail on the head with the content part. That's what this new is. It's not about where the games are, it's what the content is.
Yeah.
It's the content market.
And if you want to play, if you like that type of content, your first-person shooters, for example,
You now have Halo and Call of Duty is on Game Pass. Yeah. And we're not even calling it Xbox. We're just saying it's Game Pass.
Correct, because that's what they want you to talk about. And we said that, like, in Phil Spencer's press release on Xbox Wire this morning, that he released at 5:25 a.m., which, by the way, that's also funny. It's just for shareholders and investors, because he posts that, and then the market's open at whatever 8-9 a.m. and ding, everyone makes millions of dollars. But Phil didn't talk about in the press release, obviously, about too much, other than, I mean, the acquisitions and what's going on. But the number that he highlighted was not how much we spent billions of dollars to get Activision. He highlighted 25 million subscribers on Game Pass. He wants to promote Game Pass. An Xbox Wire post by the CEO is very strategic. And his messaging is strategic, and that is the number he will always want to talk about.
100%. They're here to sell Game Pass. They're not here to sell anything else. If you think they're caring about, they care about selling consoles, but they want subscriber base. They want you to subscribe. They want you like a gym, whether you use it or not, we still got your money. They don't care how many games you download. Just subscribe.
Because
get that
you might do
subscriber count
3
out.
games a year.
And I will put money on their acquisition today puts their subscriber count up. People will be now, you know what? Like, look what just happened. They put the Xbox Series S on sale in the United States, and it's sold out in seconds. That console now will hit shelves, gone. It's just going to keep selling because people want Game Pass. PC gamers all getting Game Pass. The amount of people I've gotten DMs over the last couple of weeks, even before this announcement, hey, I just got Game Pass. Waba, my host on 3 Dads, refused for the longest time to jump into the ecosystem, plays Game Pass on PC. And now that Diablo is one of his favorite franchises, is now on Xbox, it's over.
And he has a choice as a player. He can choose to be like, I'm going to play it on my decked out PC, on my rig, or I'm going to play it on console. Or I'm going to do both, because it's all under my subscription. And Phil Spencer's even commented in the past, I'm positive, where he's like, I want more of these games, the PC games, to be able to go on cross-platform. Like,
yes.
He wants that cross-pollination of Diablo to work on console.
Yes. He wants any game that comes to PC come to console. He doesn't want anymore for us to play with each other if we don't want to. He wants to stop the forcing of crossplay, because it is being forced right now to play Halo and Call of Duty, and you're just getting destroyed by these PC players, and rightfully so. They're very good at first-person shooters. But yes, you are 100% correct. He wants Age of Empires to be on console. He'll want Warcraft to be on console. Imagine they put Warcraft on console.
World of Warcraft on console, like, there's
a game changer.
Yeah, and the other thing we were talking about before, because we were like, we just need to do this show because we're just talking about it. But like, the other point we were talking about was how games like a Call of Duty or Warzone, being on Game Pass, you've got your Game Pass subscription built in, it's paid for. It's not anymore about, with those types of games, it's no longer about like, necessarily just the one single player experience. They'll have a single player, but it's the season passes. That's where the Activisions and the developers are really making their money and going in that direction of like, here's your season pass for this. We play the Division a ton. We have the season pass there. Halo, same thing. You're buying those packs, the bundles. That's where all of the extra revenue is. And that's what keeps, because players can jump into Call of Duty when it is all on Game Pass, have a great time. You and I can do the single player for 6 hours, maybe do a couple of matches online. I don't have to spend a dime.
Yep, and I didn't buy that game this year, and now that's
Same.
a game, a first-person shooter, which everybody that has Game Pass in 2023, because that's when they say the deal's going to close, you're going to have Call of Duty on Game Pass. You're just going to be like, hey, you want to go play Call of Duty? All your buddies who have Game Pass, whether they're on PC or they're on console, we can all play together.
There's no barrier, and that's a big thing. This is why Sony's piece is so interesting to me, of how they need to market this, how they need to position this, and like, I guess a question to you is like, how can Sony create enough value with
They have to be first party day and date. It has to be. The value is there. If they put their first party exclusives day and date on Game Pass and don't do like a lot of guessing.
Do you think they're going to do a Disney model though of Premier access, $30?
I said it, but I know Joe from PlayStation Trophy Room went into more in depth with the idea, and I loved everything he said. And he was talking about the Premier access, like almost carbon copy to the Disney thing, where you'll get it a couple months down the road, but if you want it now, you can spend that $30 to get it day and date. And I truly believe Sony players will pay that, and I think I would, because I look at it, I'm like, okay, it's only $30 for the first party exclusive, right? I get the new Spider-Man or that Wolverine game, and it's only $30. I know I'm already paying for the service anyways, and I get all those games. I see that value. So I think that they can do well and not have the Xbox, the dump truck of money. They could still do well. If they do that Premier Access idea, I think it's going to be very, very, very successful. And then you will have the two-pronged system. Do you want the Netflix or do you want the Disney Plus? Which one do you want?
And there's going to be enough players out there that if they can get in with a PS4 or they can get in with a Series S, or they already have them, then players are still winning, because sure, maybe graphically they're not going to get the most amazing experience, but maybe it doesn't always matter to people, because PS4 Pros can still run very, very well. Xbox Series S, we know, runs great.
Yes, it has a hard time with backwards compat games. I don't know why, but
fair. But if you're just like, I'm just trying to think of, because so often, like what we hear on Twitter, what we hear in the comments, like we are all in this very tight bubble of people. Like we are not the majority. The majority of people across the globe, it's casual. It is players that are like I told you this morning, my wife doesn't know bongs about Xbox. It's an Xbox show, but she doesn't know one thing, couldn't care less. It's not her thing. But she's texting me going, hey, I heard this morning that Xbox bought like Call of Duty and like a bunch of stuff, hey? And I went, yeah. If she is clicking, like she's hearing that and it's resonating with her, that's a lot. Or like other family members or friends that are so casual that would be like, yeah, I'm looking to get an Xbox because I hear I can play Call of Duty for free. That's people. That's a large percentage of the market. I want Jimmy John to play a game that's 10 years old. He wants to play Call of Duty and a racing game and NBA.
I have many friends that are still on Xbox. They don't care what happens on Sony, and all they do is buy Call of Duty every year. And then I can just be like, hey,
Call of Duty and Madden.
You can just buy a Game Pass and you'll get Call of Duty and Madden.
Yep. And we end up even like, this is where Xbox still forever, but for a very long time needs to continue marketing what Game Pass is and how it works. Because when the catalog gets so gigantic, they need to do away with gold officially. And
I think that's
we talked about
conclusion.
Fix the apps, streamline everything into just, this is the Game Pass Ultimate. $20, $25 a month. That's it. Because I don't think they're going to tier stuff. The only thing I can see being a variable is with Ubisoft.
No, they'll have their Game Pass and their Game Pass Ultimate. They have their two-tier system, and it makes sense. If we don't expect a price hike in this, I think we're laughing at this point. It's definitely coming. It's going to cost more money.
Netflix just did it, man. Like Netflix did it 2 days ago. They're just like, here's $2.
They will 100% raising the prices when they bring in. You just spent $67 billion in an all cash deal. It's happening.
You have 25 million
Sean Capri.
subscribers. You're gonna
69. Round it up.
You get $69 billion and you have 25 million subscribers. You're gonna increase that thing by a couple of bucks.
100%.
By
So,
probably
but you're going to get value out of this. And hey,
That's
you
the
never know,
thing.
they're might increase it even more when they do the increase. Be like, hey, Ubisoft Plus, you can bundle it in the Ultimate if you would like.
Maybe it's $30 and it's Ubisoft. It's the whole caboodle and it's $30 a month. And you know what? Gamers, even if you're casual, you're gonna sit there and go,
It could be hold on. If you're getting Call of Duties, you're getting all the Activision Blizzards, you're getting everything, and you're getting EA and you're getting Ubisoft, and it's $40 a month, it's still value.
and if you are a I'd say a more casual player, and I'm just using very generic here, but like a casual player to me is looking at a Call of Duty, a Madden, maybe a Far Cry or Assassin's Creed, and Forza, like just to cover your basis, right? Of kind of everything. And then maybe throw in another sports franchise. But to do all of that, you could do all of that on Game Pass. And you could spend $40, $50 a month on Game Pass. And you're still laughing because you're like, well, I only play 3 to 5 games a year casually, just jump in. It's paid for. Like it's nuts. Even if it costs you $300 a year, you would have spent that. You and I were giggling, especially
No,
you
but
with
I think their
Ubisoft.
sweet spot is going to be $200 Canadian a year for Game Pass. And that gets you everything. That's including, I'm talking about including Ubisoft Plus, everything. For $200 a year, you get Game Pass Ultimate. That's what it is. You get everything. And that's value. Because that's here in Canada, that's 2 games. It's $90 for a brand new game. It's $89.99 in the stores. So if I'm paying $200 for the year, and this is all, speculation and guesstimates out here, but to me that's value. And it's even value if it's $170 and I'm getting all the all the Activision Blizzard games and everything else with all this newest. It's gonna happen. We're gonna get a price increase. It's $160 now. $175 makes sense. Like in Canada, that's what it is here.
Yeah.
So
It's like even when Call of Duty, for example, I like playing the single player for that. I know you do too. Yep. I like jumping into multiplayer. I'm not big on Warzone, but I just like traditional multiplayer Call of Duty. And when I hear like Vanguard was crap and no one wanted to play it and it was buggy and all this stuff, like obviously like I skipped this year. And it's not only because I skipped because it was glitchy and it was plagued with problems. It's also $79 plus tax in Canada. It's $100 game almost, like $91 after our tax here. That's too much for a game to be fine.
And you have Game Pass. You're like, I'll just play Halo if I need that itch.
And that's why I was like, I need an itch for a few. Yeah, I got Halo. I'm fine. And so I just think it's a huge win for consumers. When I want to be able to just turn on Call of Duty and play a couple of matches and bounce. Great. It's like having like a lifetime of demos. And you can go all the way and play. But yeah, it's nuts, man. It's nuts.
So let us know in the comments. What do you guys think the future of Game Pass is? How long do you think it's before Ubisoft Plus is bundled in with Game Pass or other developers come to Game Pass? We'll see, because I don't think it's the end of this. And I think it's just going to get better and better for gamers, because it's better to gamers when we could just put it into a service.
Well said. See you guys.